Hey traders, I'm going to talk to you about, in this video, I'm actually going to go over a comment of one of my YouTube videos, and I'm going to go over that comment because this is something that most traders do, and that I don't think they actually consciously know what they're actually doing when it comes to that. And I want to try and help some people out there that may be in this situation here. So let's get straight into it. Guys, do not place today based on what you see in this video. Trading is risky and it can cause substantial financial loss. There is no guarantees of making money in the markets, and it does take a long time to become a professional trader. So be smart about the way you're trading. Now, let me bring this over here. Okay, so the very first thing I want to bring over here is what you're looking at on your screen right now. This video here. Good old GoDaddy ad. So in this video here, I was talking about what I was looking for. I was saying, warning, if this happens, big downside coming. And so that was the video that I can't talk this morning, that it was that it was about. Okay, so anyway, so I got a comment on that video. Man, I can't talk this morning. And this is something, guys, that most of you don't know you're doing, and I didn't actually consciously know that I was doing it until my mentor was saying, listen, stop doing this shitey stuff. So anyway, so this is actually from Nur Air. This is actually from 3 days ago. He said, I've got call options at the moment, but yeah, I think it can turn on a dime and drop like a rock. It's slowly grinding up at the moment. Now, I want you to think about what he just said there, okay? Now, most of you who are watching this are probably making this same mistake right now. He said, I've got call options, but yeah, I think it can drop. I think it can turn on a dime and drop like a rock. Now, firstly, if you think it can turn on a dime and drop like a rock, what sort of confidence do you actually have in that position? Very little, right? Very, very little. Now, I want you to see what he's doing here, and he doesn't actually consciously know what he's doing. Now, I did talk about, in this video here, I talked about the Nasdaq, the S&P, and the Dow Jones. So by looking at these here, and as you can see, right, and it's slowly grinding up. So I want you to see what he's doing here. He's getting into the markets because, firstly, he thinks it's a good idea, but then on the other side, he thinks it can turn on a dime and drop like a rock. So I want you to recognize what he's doing. He's buying call options right now on the Dow Jones or the S&P or the Nasdaq, one of those. So it's probably like the SPY. I'm pretty much sure he's probably trying to buy the SPY. Or even like the QQQs, or even like the DIA, which is the Dow Jones here. Okay. Now or even the QQQs. Now, if you're looking at these markets here right now, okay, let's just go to the SPY because that's the most heavily traded ETF when it comes to options. If you're looking at this market right now as you speak, okay, firstly, when I'm looking at the SPY, let's actually go to the S&P 500 because it gives you a much more of a clearer picture here. If you're looking at the S&P 500, okay, he's buying call options, and this was actually a couple of days ago. He's buying call options down through here this last couple of days, okay? Now, look at what this market is actually doing right now. What is this market actually doing? We have a high, we have a slight high, and then we have a lower high. We have a low, we have an equal low, and now we actually came down here to create a lower low. So as this market's rolling up, look, firstly, who is in control through here? Really no one, right? But more on the selling side. Now, why say no one? Because we don't definitely have a clear trend in place, do we? Meaning we don't have clear lower highs and lower lows. So we don't have that, but we are getting what? We're getting a slight lower high and now a slight lower low. We did break the low through here. So if you're looking at this last section through here, this was definitely a lower high and a lower low. Now, on top of that, what is my moving average doing through here? Is it flat? Is it increasing up? Is it flat? Or is it actually going down? It's actually going down. So that means we have the trend of this here is actually now, we've got more sellers in control. And now we have the moving average, which is this just the 52 moving average on my daily chart. It doesn't really matter what the moving average, you could use a 60, you could use a 42. It doesn't really matter. I just like to use a bit more of a longer term moving average. And what I use it for is to see where is momentum in this market. That's basically what the moving average does, right? It measures price and time. So if I got my moving average nicely pointing down and I take everything off the screen here, and I squeeze my chart up a little bit more, say over the last 1 year, if I can see this here, is that, as you can see, right, is that just sort of slowly pointing down, or is that strongly pointing down? It's strongly pointing down, right? We've got strong momentum on the downside. This is strong trending on the downside. So not only do you have the market telling you we've got slight lower lows, lower highs, so that's more sellers in control, but now you have strong momentum, and it did break a slight lower low through here. And when I did that, and when I did that video, and he said I got call options, now I'm not picking on him here. I'm just saying that I used to do the same thing as well too. You're not respecting the market here. If you want a high probability trade, then go with the markets. Okay, go with the markets. Now, a caveat to that. I don't mean when the market drops down, you know, for 5 or 6 or 7%, and then you start to go short here. No, right? Respect the markets is trying to go short when we get a nice rebound with all this in play. Anyway, you need a setup in play. But do you see what I'm saying there? Okay? Do you see what I'm saying there when it comes to your trading, is that you want to respect the market and not try to fight it. And you buying call options right now, you're not respecting the markets. You're going against what the market is telling you. The market is telling you there is more. Right now, the sellers are in control and we have strong momentum. So sellers are in control, strong momentum, and you're trying to go against the market. Respect the market. When we trade the markets, we only can trade with what we see right now. Okay, that's all we have. We can't trade based on what we think is going to happen, because no one knows what's going to happen. So the most important part to your trading is to trade what you see right now, and trade with what the market is telling you, basically with who's in control of the markets. So if we're getting that, don't be trying to fight this markets here. If you're doing that, you're only going to keep setting yourself against the market. Think about your trading here as, think about this section through here and this section through here, right? Think about this here as a stream, right? The stream's flowing through here, right? And then we had a stream through here, and then the stream started flowing down through here, as you can see. So as you can see, if you think about this as a river, right? A river is flowing up, and we've got these ripples and so on and so forth. If you try to jump in this stream here, okay, you try to jump in this stream somewhere here, and you try to go against it. Okay, so the stream's running up. It's running up the river. All right, we're getting a nice run up the river. And we're trying to go against that stream, or against the current if you're a surfer. What do you like to do? You like to get tired and washed away, aren't you? Same for when okay, and then suddenly what happens through here, the stream settles down a little bit, and now the stream starts to change. Now it starts to slowly start to pick up momentum on the downside. So the stream of the markets, or the stream of that river, is going down, right? We're flowing down overall. Yes, we're getting rallies and so on and so forth, but the overall stream is starting to flow down, isn't it? So you're trying to go long as this market's popping up, As you can see, very short-lived, very short-lived, very, very short-lived. So you're trying to go against this stream. What are you doing? You're trying to fight the stream. And now you're probably going to get what? You're going to get tired and washed away. Doesn't it make sense to be smarter about your trading, and then start to try to buy these markets as it's starting to break out? Now, I'm not saying definitely do that, by the way. You need a good plan, but you see what I'm saying there, right? It doesn't make sense to be going with the market. Don't be trying to fight the market. If the market is telling you one thing, then do that. If the market is telling you right now we're getting if there's no one in control, well, then don't jump in there, right? Because you're probably going to get, hammered by waves and so on and so forth. So now we're getting some stream on the downside. The smartest position, right, is to try to short the market when the market rallies and so on and so forth. Make sense? So go with the stream. The market is like a river, as I said before. It flows. It's flowing up. If you try to go against it, you're going to get washed away, and it flows down. And then sometimes there's actually nothing happening right now, right? So it's like pushing, you know. And either way you try to go, right? It's not very. The stream is not very clear. Well, don't get involved with that, right? Don't get involved with this stream. Only wait for this where the river is, the current is very, very clear, and then all you have to do is figure out a good time to jump in on that stream and let the big boys take you. Before you go, make sure you grab the free Grab the Markets by the Balls training course. In this training course, you're going to learn the top 13 deadly mistakes, the success formula, charting boundaries, the PT method, the ultimate trading system, the blast off trading system, #1 in trading indicator, the $1 million trade and money management, how successful traders approach the market, and so much more. Get this trading course for free right now. Click on the very first link in the description to get this whole complete trading course to give you the edge on your side of trading this market. Do that right now, and I'll see you on the other side.